Hey guys, welcome to this retro review. Now, in the run-up to the release of John Wick Chapter 2 later this month, I'm going to do a series of Keanu Reeves reviews, retro reviews. I'm planning on doing the Matrix trilogy and John Wick. So first up is The Matrix, the 1999 classic by the Wachowskis. Now, when this film came out, it completely blew my mind, and I think it blew a lot of people's minds because it was just something totally brand new, something you've never seen before, and it was fantastic. It was a brilliant movie. Keanu Reeves is at his best in this film. I don't think I've seen him better. Possibly John Wick, but in this one, this is like one of my all-time favourite Keanu Reeves performances in this movie. He's absolutely fantastic, and I'm glad that he got the role and not someone like Will Smith, who was also rumoured to have turned the role down, because this role is a role that Keanu Reeves was born to play. Now, the movie came out in the UK in June 1999, I think, and when it first came out, I didn't go to see it at the cinema. I think I was 15 at the time, which I could have gone to go see it because it was a 15 certificate in the UK, but for some reason I didn't get to go see it at the cinema. The first time I saw it was later that month, early July, and I remember getting a pretty decent copy of it. I shouldn't say this because you shouldn't watch copies, but I remember getting a pretty decent VHS copy. And I watched it with my sister one Friday night, I think it was. And it was a really warm night, and we were in, and we had we wanted something to watch, and I remember sticking The Matrix on and absolutely loving every minute of it. Probably wasn't the best way to watch it, It was, like I said, it was a decent copy, but it wasn't a perfect copy. But yeah, absolutely brilliant. Now, I'm sure you all know that I'm not going to delve into too many spoilers because you've probably seen it before, you guys, but it's very good, Keanu Reeves plays a character called Thomas Anderson, who's an hacker who goes by the name of Neo, and he's questioning what is the Matrix, and he's following clues, and he's getting information off, he's following a guy called Morpheus. He wants to find this guy, and he knows of another hacker called Trinity who finds him and leads him to Morpheus, and he gives him the choice of a red or a blue pill to take. Does he want to go back into the Matrix, or does he want to come out of the Matrix into the real world? Now, Morpheus, played by Lawrence Fishburne, believes that Neo is the one saviour of mankind. After the human race created AI and the artificial intelligence rose and won the war. So I've watched this film recently to do this review, and it is really, really good still. The effects still hold up. I can't believe in 2 years' time this movie will be 20 years old. That is quite scary, to be honest. But yeah, to say that this film is like 18 years old, nearly 18 years old, it will be in, I think it came out in March in the US, and June in the UK, but it's come March, this movie will be 18 years old. The effects do still hold up. At the time, they were mind-blowing, they were brilliant, they were effects you'd never seen before, like bullet time. The bullet time effects were fantastic. I think the first thing you ever saw of bullet time was the Max Payne game, but this was what brought it to the forefront of the general public's consciousness, the bullet time effect. After this movie was made, a lot of people tried making similar movies. I mean, I remember 2000, the early 2000s, Equilibrium came out, which is a decent movie starring Christian Bale. And it's kind of similar to The Matrix in its aesthetics, in the long coat and the dystopian future, but in some ways it is, and in some ways it isn't. There's a lot of gunplay, which I suppose a lot of people could say is Matrix influenced. I'd say the film is influenced by The Matrix, not a copy. But then there was one called The One, starring Jet Li, and I think, was it Jason Statham? I'm not sure. That was pretty much a copy of The Matrix, a rip-off. You know, it wanted to be The Matrix. I think that film had bullet time effects in and everything as well. So yeah, there's been a lot of films that have wanted to be The Matrix but have never lived up to the original Matrix. Not even the sequels could live up to the original Matrix movie. Yeah, there's great action in it. Lots of iconic scenes. I love the training sequence, the kung fu training sequence between Morpheus and Neo. That's brilliant. I just love the aesthetics. I love the way Neo looks in the movie. One thing I have always been puzzled about is, like, they're trying to blend in the other characters, Morpheus, Trinity and everything. They're trying to blend into the real world so that the agents don't find them. But the clothes that they actually wear, it looks like they come from an S&M convention, and it's like they don't really blend in that sort of attire. But apart from that, really, really good. There's some great shots in this. It very much does look like the storyboards, you know, they're artistic shots. You know, there's a shot where they're on the roof and there's an agent over Neo after he's been shot in the leg and he's about to kill him, and then Trinity comes up behind him and the gun's like that, and she goes, "Dodge this." That's a fantastic shot. And I remember seeing special features on the Ultimate Matrix DVD box set that I had, and the actual storyboards were very artistically done, like as if they were like comic book panels, and then they're translated to the screen, and there's just fantastic shots. You know, the cinematography in this is fantastic. The music in this is really good. I can't remember who does the score, but really, really good. There's orchestral music in it, and then there's also like electronic drum and bass type music, which was very popular towards the end of the 90s. Yeah, I just can't get over that. In 2 years' time, it'll be 20 years old. That is quite scary. Jesus, where has the time gone? But yeah, a fantastic movie. I remember this, The Matrix was actually the first DVD that I ever bought. I first watched it on VHS. And then in 2000, I got my first ever... Because it came out around the time when VHS was dying and DVD was first coming to prominence. And yeah, in 2000, I got my first ever DVD player. And The Matrix was the first movie that I got. And yeah, really, really great memories of this movie. Now, the movie has got influences. Predominantly, there's a lot of Ghost in the Shell in this film. You can tell that, you know, they're inspired by these movies, which is a good thing because I really love Ghost in the Shell as well. So yeah, you know, it's just a fantastic movie. Hugo Weaving is fantastic in this. This is like one of his best performances. I love the agents. I love the aesthetic of the film. It's dark in places and it's light in places. I love all the training programs. You know, just the little things where Morpheus and Neo are walking down the street in the training program, and he sees the woman in the red dress, and then the Agent Smith appears behind him. And if you look carefully, everyone who's walking past are identical twins, which is very weird because you think it's the real world, or the Matrix at that point, and it's not. It's still a training program, so that's a good aesthetic. I remember when the trailer first came out for the movie, though, in early 1999, I think I saw it, and it pretty much gave nothing away. He didn't really know what the hell was going on, which was a good thing. It gave nothing away about the Matrix. It gave nothing away of what the Matrix was. You know, the fact that there was in the future world and the Matrix was the dream world that everyone was trapped in. You had a few effects shots of Neo. You know, the bullet time shots, and Trinity when she was about to boot the police officer at the start, and she's like paused in the air. You saw some of those shots, but you didn't really know much about the film from the trailer, which was fantastic. Problems with trailers these days is that they give pretty much most of the plot away, but the Matrix trailer didn't give anything away of the plot. And then when it came to watching the film, I was absolutely blown away. I was surprised at the way the film went, because it's like, it has got one of the greatest first acts ever, and then there's all the action at the end, which is fantastic, still holds up. It's just an action extravaganza at the end of the film. But a lot of people can complain saying there's too much action, but I like action as long as it's built up the characterization of the protagonist in the film. And it really does that. It spends a lot of time with the characters, getting to know the characters, getting to know the backstories, and, you know, getting to like the characters before a lot of the action kicks in. Because in like the first and second acts, the action's sparse. There is action about, and, you know, especially like the training program, the kung fu training program and everything, but it's sparse, and then at the end it's a full-on action blowout. But yeah, I absolutely love this movie. I think this is one of my favourite films of all time, and I'm going to give this a rating of A+. And I have to do this, seeing as I'm doing a Matrix review, I've got to wear these. Whoa. So yeah guys, like and share my channel, write in my comments down below, let me know about your memories of The Matrix. When did you first see it? Did you go see it at the cinema? What do you remember of the movie trailer and everything? Like and share my channel guys, and remember, stay heroic.